day, and I sure hope your love is too. And if it gave you cause to doubt me, hope you always think about me. And if you think I will find another, it ain't true. Keep the home fire burning while I'm gone. I'll be back to fan the flame, it won't be long. Just a while and then I'm back where I belong. Keep the home fire burning while I'm gone. Lord, can't you trouble? You know what to do. I know you take care of yourself. There's a box of 22s, and my pistol's always loaded, and another in the sock drawer, just in case they think I'm gone. Come Lord, I know I've done some evil in my time, but that don't mean there ain't no goodness in this evil heart of mine. And it don't mean that I can't see the light. So while I'm out here fighting this good fight, just keep the home fire burning while I'm gone. I'll be back to fan the flame, it won't be long. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to, then I'm home. Keep the home fire burning while I'm gone. Keep the home fire burning. Won't you keep it burning, honey, while I'm gone?
We woke up this morning to an unexpected 3 inches of fresh snow. I had everything planned to go up on the hill and cut a few trees down, buck those trees up into firewood, and now everything's just a little bit too slick to do this. One of the things that I have to do before the garage door can be installed is I have to bring the opening in about 2 inches. I also have to give the garage door installer a place to mount the tracking system for the garage door. And I also need to trim the top of the opening out with a 2x6 so when the garage door closes, it will be sealed properly. If all goes well, he'll be here next week, and we'll have a garage door on the shop. I've had the board sitting here for a couple of weeks, and today's as good a day as any to get into it. We had a beautiful Thanksgiving with the kids. We didn't go anywhere, and we didn't have any more than our family up here for Thanksgiving. Both Cheyenne and Sage had their boyfriends tagging along with them, and it ended up being a little bit exciting right before we had dinner. Cedar had let everybody know that we were going to have dinner at 5 o'clock. She'd been cooking all day long and preparing for the big meal. Right now we're in the process of potty training our new puppy, Ruby. While it can be a little bit challenging at times, she's coming along very well. At about 4 o'clock, Cedar took Ruby and Bandit both outside to handle their business when both dogs took off. Now this isn't abnormal. Ruby runs around for a few minutes, smells everything she can possibly smell, usually harasses the chickens and the goats, and then comes back in. But today, Bandit and Ruby took off. During this time, I was taking an afternoon nap, not something I usually do, and Cedar didn't want to bother me because she was sure the dogs would be right back. An hour later, now 5 o'clock, Bandit has returned, but no Ruby. It's now getting dark. Three. Happy Thanksgiving! Sage and Cheyenne and their boyfriends showed up for dinner, and Cedar let them know that the puppy was missing. Cedar also woke me up and informed me that Ruby had been missing for about an hour. So all of us took off looking for Ruby. I do not feel like doing any work whatsoever. I feel like I ate a whole lot of food and drank a whole lot of soda yesterday, and I've had to make myself get out here and do something. It's a beautiful day. Sun's finally out, snow's melting, battery bank's at 100%. I got the lights on in the shop. By the way, I should tell you about the boots. You guys see the boots up there? When I was building the house, I hung those boots, I don't know, I guess thinking they would bring a little luck because I needed all the luck I could get. Those boots are an antique pair of boots that I think I bought on eBay probably 10 years ago, and they had a letter in them when I when I got them, telling the story of the old cowboy that wore the boots. I think they're from the 1940s, and I bought them because of the story. I didn't buy them because the boots represented a whole lot. But the story was, he was basically an old ranch hand, and something happened to his heel on his right leg. It was like his heel had been, I swear, I think it had been shot. His foot had been shot. And so the boots have some sort of a prosthetic type deal. And anyway, I don't know. I bought them because I like old antique Western stuff. And again, the story struck a nerve with me more than the boots did. But more than anything, somewhere I convinced myself they were going to bring me some luck. And I guess they did on the house. And I'm hoping to transfer that to the shop and get the shop finished. But today, I am going to make myself pull all the wire for all the outlets and get that done. That's really all I have left to do. I need to run some 14-3 wire over to the, let me think here, to the front door so I can have a switch that controls the lights both from the garage door and from the front door. And then I need to get power. I'm going to put a light on the back of the shop as well, probably a motion sensor light. So it's not, I mean, there's probably 2 hours worth of work if I was firing on all cylinders, but I'm missing on at least 2 today. So we'll see how far I get. I did get the opening for the garage door done because there's a good chance that this next week he's going to want to come in. I hope he's going to want to come and install it. So anyway, just limping along, trying to do what I can do. But the idea of going and taking a nap when the sun is out is not okay. So I got, even though I don't feel very good and I just feel like laying around and doing nothing, I got to do something. Cedar took the kids and went to a family member's house, and she's going to be gone for a little while. So I got to do something. And so I think I'm going to start pulling wire from the panel and just work my way around. Now I'm going to put 6 outlets on one circuit. Everything is 20 amp breakers, 12-2 wire. So, and these outlets up here on the wall, there's a good chance I'm going to end up with some sort of a, what do you call a platform or something up there, a loft, some sort of a loft up there. I think there's going to be a bedroom here, bathroom here, and there's even going to be a little utility room. And there's a good chance we're going to have some sort of a loft up there. So I put the outlets up there on the wall. So I just got to pull the wire all the way around. Again, no more than 6 outlets on a circuit, and get it done. Cheyenne and her boyfriend Christian began driving up and down the road, looking for any tracks and calling Ruby's name. I took off on the Ranger and did the same thing. Cedar and the kids began walking around, also yelling Ruby's name, but she was nowhere to be seen. If you remember, a couple of months ago, we had a neighbor up here of ours lose about 12 goats. We know there are predators around us. For this reason, we don't normally let Ruby get too far away. I parked the Ranger, grabbed a headlamp, and took off following their tracks, hoping that I would find Ruby not too far away. And I followed her tracks as far as I could, then they seemed to just disappear. In the meantime, all of our Thanksgiving food is getting cold. But none of us cared a whole lot. We knew the priority was finding Ruby. Cedar was especially upset. She felt like it was her fault. Now Sage and her boyfriend Mason show up, and they begin looking as well. We've got everybody out looking. Somewhere in the middle of this, Reed went back home to get warm, and moments later, Ruby scratched on the front door.
All right, I'm done for tonight. I just ran out of wire. I was able to get the home run to those back 6 outlets. These next 6, I just need to keep jumping. So I need to go get me another roll of 12-2. So I have that wall left and this wall, and that's it. And then the lights. But I think that's a good place to stop. I've been monitoring the solar system, watching how much power these 3 lights or these 6 lights use. And over the last 2.5 hours, there's no lights on in the house right now. Cedar's gone, the kids are gone. Fridge is plugged in, freezer's plugged in. I can't think of anything else that's constantly drawing power. Anyway, over the last 2.5, 3 hours, with these lights on, I've used about 2%. So they're not using a whole lot. That's good to know. I don't have to worry about that as much. So sure love having the lights out here. Next big hurdle to jump is getting the garage door on and getting my wood stove installed. I've got all but one box. I'm waiting for one box of parts to get here to install the wood stove. And it'd be nice to knock the edge off, but that also means I'm burning a bunch of wood. And I have not, because we got snow, I haven't finished cutting up those other trees up there, which I think tomorrow I'll be able to do. So anyway, even though I didn't feel too hot today, I would manage to get a little bit done. So now I feel better. Those of you that celebrated Thanksgiving, we wish you Thanksgiving. Those of you that don't,
wish you Thanksgiving.
Wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Sorry. Those of you that don't celebrate that, there's probably some holidays coming up this time of year for most everybody in the world, and we wish you happy holidays. But we had an opportunity.
We can celebrate the attitude of Thanksgiving.
Sure. It's a good time to be grateful.
Be grateful
for,
for anything, no matter where you live in the world. Be grateful for what you have and your family and the time we get to spend together. And
normally we would spend Thanksgiving with our extended family, my siblings, Cedar siblings, whatever. This year we just had our kids up here. And it was...
no one in Arizona wanted to come to the snow.
And we didn't want to go to Arizona.
No, we didn't want to go to Arizona.
Maybe next year when we get the shop finished and we have room for extended family, maybe we'll invite some of them up. But the truth is, as our kids get older, at some point we have to start our own traditions. And as much as we miss our extended family, it was fun to have our own thing, even though we spent a couple hours leading up to Thanksgiving dinner looking for the dogs, but mainly Ruby. But anyway, that ended up working out. But it's a great time to be reflective and to be just grateful for the good in our lives. There's a lot of negative floating around, and we will always be incredibly grateful to you guys that choose to be positive when maybe there's an opening for some criticism. Maybe you don't agree with something I'm doing or how we're doing something. Maybe our seat belts and the fact that I refuse to wear a seatbelt. I suppose I don't refuse. Just sometimes when I'm making videos, I don't happen to have them on.
And in my car, we wear seatbelts because if you don't, it makes that awful dinging noise. And sometimes when we film, our seatbelts aren't visible, but they're there. Yeah.
I'm not interested with the negative comments. If you want to get a reaction from me, you're not going to get it that way. Cedar, I frankly don't look at the YouTube comments. I stopped a couple of years ago. Cedar is a bit of the hall monitor on YouTube, I suppose.
Because we get lots of positive comments.
Overwhelming positive.
Yeah.
But the irony is, those of you that choose to be positive, I'm certain your lives reflect that, even regardless of what's going on. Those of you that choose to be negative and point out the negative and be critical and be whatever, condescending, I'm certain your lives reflect that as well. And that's why you're not going to get any of my attention. If I get down in the mud with you guys, all that's going to happen is you're going to bring me down. And I'm not interested in that. And again, that's why I'm selective about where we interact, I suppose.
Well, let's be honest. Like most days, we do fly by the seat of our pants.
Sure.
We legit are trying to figure this out, life out.
Sure.
We've never done this before. Most of these things neither one of us have ever done before.
Yeah.
So
and the irony is neither have you, yet you guys want to tell us what we're doing wrong. So anyway, I don't want to act like we've got everything figured out, but more than anything, we're grateful for the support we get from the positive reinforcement. You can never go wrong being kind to somebody. If anybody is an example of that in my life, it's my wonderful wife. Cedar has always been that way. She's always hanging in with relationships that I have long since given up on.
Well, I sincerely love people. I
do.
love relationships. I love interacting with other people.
And Cedar's willing to give everybody.
And you'd be a hermit if it wasn't for us, really.
You're not kidding.
And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just
Cedar's willing to give everybody a second chance. And in my opinion, trust, I guess, is a huge thing. But anyway, we're thankful. We're grateful for you guys that continue to watch our stuff, because without you guys, we're barking at the wind. Mm-hmm. This is pointless, right? We appreciate the support, even maybe when we do an ad that you don't like.
Or wash my shoes in the sink.
Yeah, it's like we're very selective about the products that we embrace and endorse, and the truth is we do way less than we get offered to us. And the ones that we do, we appreciate that you support those brands and those products. But understand that,
especially as we create free content for people to see,
the hours and hours and hours that go into this to provide what we do for free. Every once in a while when we do a spot like that, just understand that we put a lot of thought and a lot of effort into it. We don't just do this. The truth is, if we were after money and nothing else, we would do way more spots, but we would chase off those of you that do watch our stuff. And so when we just understand, when we do this stuff, we've given it consideration, and we're hoping and we're thinking that you guys might benefit from some of these products. Mm-hmm. We're not doing if it was all about money, we'd be doing the video game spots and the, whatever, because we
have time for that.
We get those offers, and the truth is they pay very, very well. Yeah. But that's just not family-friendly content that we're after. So anyway, we wish you guys happy holidays. We know some of you are going through some challenging things right now, and we would just simply challenge you to have faith. And
keep hanging in there.
And look for the positive, and things will work out. Sometimes these tremendous changes that are being forced on us end up being life-changing moments.
Blessings.
Mm-hmm. And oftentimes it just kind of comes down to how we react to them. We can either be a victim in these moments, or we can choose to make the best of what we have. And again, we're thankful, we're grateful. Without you guys, we're nothing. So be good, be safe. Wear your mask when you have to.
And your seatbelt.
What else?
And your helmet.
Don't wash your shoes off in the sink. Wear your helmet.
Use bleach.
Wear your harness. I can't think of anything else. What else?
There's a lot. Just
don't drink
safe.
the water.
Everybody just wants you to be safe.
Yeah.
And they're worried about you and your safety.
We love you guys. Thanks again.
Thank you.